There comes times in life where you really want to step it up. You want to smell refined, you want to smell elegant, you want to smell classy. These bubblegum sweet fragrances are great and all, and I do enjoy them, but there's a time and a place for those. Sometimes you want to put those away. You want to reach for something that's going to have you smelling like a gentleman. It's going to have you smelling like a guy with class and a guy with style. Whether you're going to a new job that you just got, or a job interview, or a situation where you want to be taken more seriously, you have to choose the right fragrance for that. And like I said, those bubblegum fragrances, they're great, but they're not going to have you smelling classy. They're not going to have you smelling like a guy who wants to be taken seriously. And with these 10 fragrances I'm going to be talking about today, these are going to have you smelling like the man. They're going to have you smelling like a high-class gentleman. And honestly, if you walk into anywhere, a restaurant, a job, or something like that, people are going to think that you're the boss. People are going to think that you own the place just because you're wearing one of these 10 fragrances. Yes, they really are that good, and yes, they really do smell that classy and that high-end. So I think with that out of the way, we should get into this because you don't want to miss these. First fragrance up, Sauvage Parfum by Christian Dior. This one had to make it in this list. So this one is the 2017 version, which is the version that you will get if you purchase this from discounters. I will have all of these fragrances linked down below. This one I believe is out of stock pretty much everywhere, so if it's in stock it will be linked. If not, I will link to where it normally is. Just smelling it in the air smells incredible. You get this nice zesty citrus opening with some vetiver, some other woods, a little bit of a spiciness in there as well. And when you smell this one, you will know that this one is a classic fragrance. This one is mature. This one is a gentleman's scent. For some of you guys out there, maybe a bit too much for you. And even for me, you would think that it would be too much because I'm pretty young, but honestly, I still love the scent so much that I really don't care. But if you are someone who is in college, or something like that, you may want to look elsewhere. Would I wear this to college if I went to college? No, I probably wouldn't. I would choose something else because this is probably going to have you smelling even more mature than the Professor, which maybe that's what you want, but I would choose something different. Nonetheless, if you have an office job, if you have a job where you just want to smell high-end and luxurious, or maybe you're somewhat of an older guy and you want something that reflects that, go for this one 100%. Moving up next here, we have Chanel Platinum Egoiste. This fragrance had to be in the list, and honestly, it's probably going to be one of my personal favorites. What I love so much about this fragrance is it's just so easy to wear. It's a clean, soapy, masculine fragrance that just smells so high quality, and yes, I can't talk about it without having to spray it. Just smelling that just makes me feel like I'm elevated by like 10 points instantly. Like, I feel like if I walk into anywhere right now, I feel like I'm going to be the boss. Even if I'm not the boss, I feel like it. That's what this fragrance does. And you'll find that it does have this mature quality, this underlying mature high-end smell, but it still does have this clean, soapy smell, which makes it versatile. It makes it easy to wear. And this one is one that can be pulled off by a wider age range. So again, college, yeah, you could probably do it, and this one would work pretty well. But also, if you are a bit older as well, this one is going to have you covered. And again, any situation for the most part, but especially if you want to smell clean, refined, gentleman, all of that good stuff, this one's going to do it for you, and it's going to do it incredibly well. Highly recommend you get your nose on this one. This one is incredible. Moving up next here, we've got Tom Ford Fujairah d'Argent. Of course, I couldn't put this video together without including this one as well. So you will notice that Fujairahs are going to be the trend here in this video. That's just because that's kind of what I think of when I think of smelling like a refined gentleman. I think of these classic Fujairah scents, and really that's probably going to be your best bet in most cases. But Fujairah d'Argent, just such an amazing scent. I do recommend you get this one because I have heard word on the street this one's getting discontinued, so I would get it while you can. Link down below to FragranceNet. $150, $160 for a 50ml bottle. Scoop it up. Moving up next here, we have Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. This one is fantastic as well. It's another Fujairah scent, but what makes this one different is the fact that it's got a bit of a smoky and warm, sweet touch in the dry down. In the opening, you do get basically that straight up Fujairah barbershop classic type of smell, but as soon as you hit the dry down, it takes a change on you with that incense note, with some of those other sweeter notes in there, which gives it a nice touch, quite a bit of depth to it. It's a really nice change and different take on those classic scents. I really enjoy this scent. It's a great one. George is a great guy as well, so I do recommend you check this one out. If you like Fujairah scents, you're going to love this one, basically guaranteed. And this one's going to have you smelling like a refined, classy guy. Moving on next here, we have Prada L'Homme Intense. So you could put the original in here, but I'm taking it up a notch with Prada L'Homme Intense. Leather, patchouli, iris. It smells fantastic. It's that Prada L'Homme DNA, just intense. It's really the best way to put it. This is really a great flanker. It's literally just an intense version of the original for the most part, which is really well done. It's got good performance, it's got great quality, and it's just got this upscale type of smell to it. What the thing is with these iris fragrances, because it is the note of iris, it does kind of make it smell a little bit less masculine. And what we're looking for in this video is masculine, strong fragrances. But with the intense version here, the fact that it does amp up that leather, that patchouli, the iris is still there, but those other notes are brought up. It gives it more of a masculine, strong touch, which is why I wanted to include it in this video. This is going to be maybe for a bit more of your modern guy. So say you are that college student. Say you are that younger guy who wants to be classy, mature, masculine, but you also want a modern touch. I would say go with this one because, again, a lot of the fragrances in this video are Fujairahs, which are a bit more old school smelling. This is going to be for your younger college guy, even high school if you wanted to, just younger guy in your early mid-20s who wants to have that classic masculine, be taken seriously type of smell, but with a modern kind of young twist on it in a way. This is what I recommend for you guys. Prada L'Homme Intense. Don't sleep on this one. Give it a try. If you like the original Prada L'Homme, you're basically guaranteed to like this one. If you haven't tried any of the Prada L'Homme fragrances, I would say get your nose on them. Get started into it. You could start out with this one if you wanted to. It's really up to you, but I would try them. This one would be great. Moving up next here, we have Chanel Allure Homme Sport. So what I will tell you right off the bat is you can substitute Versace Pour Homme into this spot. Now I'm putting Chanel Allure Homme Sport mainly because, one, I do prefer this one over Versace Pour Homme, and two, because I actually swapped out my bottle of Versace Pour Homme a few years back. I plan on getting that one back soon because I do miss it. Ultimately, I did let go of the Versace because I enjoy this one more, but this one and Versace Pour Homme are pretty close together, and honestly, they both are incredible scents. I love this DNA so much. Even to this day, both of these have been around for a while. It still smells incredible. It's a citrusy, creamy, slightly floral type of DNA that just smells amazing. The Versace is going to be a bit more bright, a bit more fresh, I guess, in a type of way. The Chanel still does have that brightness. It's got that orange, it's got that citrus, but with some more tonka bean, some aldehydes. This one's a little bit more creamy, has a little bit more depth. Both are great. Again, I already told you my preference, but it's up to you whether or not you want to justify the price. And I'll be straight up honest with you. For most people out there, I would just say go for Versace Pour Homme. $40, 100 ml versus like over $100 for 100 ml of this one. So the answer is kind of right there in the pricing. So that's just kind of my advice for you. I don't want to steer you the wrong way. I would just go for the Versace 9 times out of 10. Unless you have tried them both and you know you like the Chanel better, then you can go that route and it would still 100% be worth it. And I'm not saying that this one isn't worth the price, because it is, especially for me because I love it, but it's not going to be worth the price for everyone. Regardless of which one you go with, both are fantastic. Both are going to have you smelling so good. It's such a tried and proven DNA. It's fresh, it's mass pleasing, it's high quality. You can wear these fragrances anywhere, anytime, especially if you want to smell like a refined gentleman. And again, these are not Fujairah type scents. These are going to be a bit more modern. So these are, again, for the younger guys, college, high school, early mid-20s, and even older than that. Doesn't matter. But these are going to be a little bit more wearable, I guess, and a little bit more modern. Up next here, we have Acqua di Gio Profumo. Had to put this guy in the list. I just had to do it. You can't go wrong with this fragrance. It's so high-end, it's so classy, it's so masculine and refined smelling. This is your night out summer fragrance. This is your dressed up formal fragrance for really any time of the year. This is just a fragrance that can do so many things, and if you want to smell like a guy who just has everything together, you have it all going on, you're successful and all this good stuff, I would recommend you check this one out. Great scent with fantastic performance, great quality. It's just one that you have to have in your collection. Moving up next here, a fragrance that, again, I had to put in this list. This one is, of course, Aventus. You know it. It had to be in here. It's Aventus. It just works. If you want to be taken seriously, if you want to smell like luxury, if you want to smell wealthy, this is the one you want to go with, or at least one of them that you want to go with. It just works. It's talked about so often because it just works. And again, for me, it's one of those fragrances that I just genuinely love the smell of. You hear the story or the stories about compliments all the time, compliments this, compliments that. Yes, this is a compliment getter, but also for me, it's just a confidence booster. It's something that genuinely makes me happy when I wear it and when I smell it. That's my main motivation behind wearing this scent. At this point, I don't care if I get compliments. I don't care if people smell me. I love wearing these fragrances because they smell good. And Aventus is one of those fragrances that just smells so good for me. I love it. I get incredible performance from this one. And yeah, it's one that will 100% have people taking you seriously. Next here we have another mature scent, Sauvage Parfum, Eau de Toilette, just the original Sauvage Parfum. Another barbershop fougere scent. This is one where people are going to catch this one in the air and they're going to automatically assume you're the boss, you're the guy in charge, that sort of thing. This is what that DNA does. It's a classic. Most of you have smelled this. Most of you probably wear this back in the day and still do. It's a classic scent that smells incredible. A great fougere. Really nice stuff here, Sauvage Parfum. Finally, the last fragrance in this list, we have Terre d'Hermès Eau de Toilette. This is the dirty, earthy orange and all this and all that, whatever people like to say. Yeah, it's a great scent. Perfect for the office, perfect for about anything. It's masculine, it's demanding, it's strong. It's one that will capture people's attention because of its strength. It's kind of piercing. It's got that sharp citrus and woodiness going on that, again, will have people turning their heads. People are going to think you're in charge. People are going to think you know what you're doing and you have everything together. It's just that type of fragrance. It smells great. I did a video comparing all of the Terre d'Hermès fragrances a while back. You can check that video out. It's going to help you decide which one you'd want to purchase. Anyway, Terre d'Hermès Eau de Toilette. Great scent here. This one's going to have you smelling refined. So guys, that's it for me. That was 10 fragrances that are going to have you smelling like a refined gentleman. Again, make sure you let me know down in the comments which 10 fragrances you would choose. And of course, all these will be linked down below to where you can easily find them. That's going to do it for me, guys. I'll see you tomorrow night with another one. Take care.